Hi, I'm from the Customer Success Engineering team. In this series of short videos, we're taking a look at the baseline recommendations for configuring Zscaler Digital Experience, or ZDX. This is part 4, which discusses understanding ZDX metrics. Now that we've covered configuring applications, probes, and alert rules, let's discuss how you should look at ZDX metrics and data. When analyzing ZDX metrics to try to pinpoint the cause of an issue, it's extremely important to look at them cohesively and within the context of all other available metrics around the same timestamp. As an example, here are 4 potential issues, each of which is detected using the same metrics: page fetch time, server response time, latency, and DNS time. In all 4 cases, page fetch time metrics are abnormally high. If we don't have any other information, we can't distinguish between these issue types. To be able to distinguish these issues from each other, we have to look at other corroborating metrics around the same point in time. If both page fetch time and server response time are high, but there's no increase in DNS time or latency, then the issue is at the destination. This is an application issue. If page fetch time and DNS time are high, but neither latency nor server response times are high, then the issue is with DNS. If page fetch time is high, but none of the other metrics show increased values, it's very likely that the issue is due to bandwidth fluctuations. Finally, if we have high page fetch time, high server response time, no increase in DNS time, and extra latency, then we are seeing a network issue. By analyzing our single page fetch time metric within the context of these other metrics, we're able to accurately identify the root cause of these issues and derive actionable insights from the platform. Next, let's take a little bit of time to talk about ZDX score. A ZDX score is a number on a scale of 0 to 100, which measures perceived user experience when accessing applications, with the lowest numbers indicating a poor score and the highest numbers indicating a good score. Scores fall into one of 3 categories: good, for scores above 65% represented in green in the ZDX admin UI, OK for scores between 34 and 65% represented in orange, poor for scores below 34% represented in red. To determine ZDX scores, the Zscaler client connector on your user's devices runs the probes you've configured every 5 minutes for advanced and every 15 minutes for standard, and for each of these periods, page fetch time measurements are taken. ZDX scores are computed differently based on what is being measured. The ZDX score of an application is calculated by taking the lowest value within a 60-minute window for that application, for each user who accessed the application, and averaging that across the number of those users. A low application scores, therefore, means many of the users who accessed the application had a poor user experience. For groups, departments, locations, and cities, the same process is done, but looking at all users in those respective categories. This means that to get a low score, many users in a group, department, location, or city have to have a poor user experience. For your organization, ZDX looks at the lowest value for each application accessed by your users within the 60-minute time range and averages those out. This means that to get a poor organization score, users must have a poor experience accessing most of your configured applications. Since many things can influence page fetch time, it's important to understand that the ZDX score can be impacted by many different factors. This slide lists all of the most pertinent ones. As you can see, ZDX score works as a reasonably accurate approximation of user experience. If it's low, that means users have a poor experience for one reason or another. However, this does mean that ZDX score on its own won't help you pinpoint the root cause of issues. This is important to understand when configuring alerts and analyzing metrics. Finally, a note for ZDX advanced users. The Data Explorer view in the ZDX admin UI can be used to view metrics together, to understand trend data and context. This view allows you to select configured applications and metrics, then choose how to group your data and visualize it. This is especially useful for leaders and engineers. Engineers can easily contrast metrics across applications and compare different applications to troubleshoot faster. Leaders can analyze trends for user score over time, monitor user experience, and uncover areas for optimization. With that said, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.